Hey guys, I'm Dylan here, the founder of Perspective. And today in this video, I just kind of want to talk to you about everything that Perspective can do. I did not expect a little over a year ago when we launched the first version that it would hit almost 40,000 users. That is insane. And I figured, well, not everyone understands all the things that Perspective can do. And Perspective is quite a personal plugin to me because I am very frustrated with some aspects of Figma. And one of them is that it's really hard to put things in perspective. So let's dive in, shall we? I'm going to be working with a very simple shape to show you what perspective can do. Let's just draw an ellipse, but it works with frames and other shapes as well. And I'm going to launch the perspective plugin, drag it over here. And as you can see, we're introduced to a series of tabs called Transform, Pattern, and 3D. And we're going to go through all of them. I'll try and keep it short and to the point. But if there's anything I'm missing or should explain a little bit better, please let me know in the comments on YouTube. And if you're watching it from the plugin itself, because I'll be putting the video in there, just reach out to me in the comments on the Figma community. Anyway, let's get started. The very first and most important tab is the Transform tab. This was essentially the feature that I wanted to release the first time I started working on perspective, because for some reason you can't put things in perspective in Figma, and it should be really easy. You know, sometimes you want to work in a specific isometric grid or a cabinet grid for your technical drawings, and it's not that easy. So I figured let's add a few presets like isometric grids. And of course, you can create your own grid any way you want, or a perspective. You can swap the angles, you can invert the angles, and of course, you can reset it. Now, that is the core of what perspective does. But over time, I did want to make things more interesting. In fact, I wanted to be able to put things in perspective collectively using patterns. So if you go to the pattern tab, as you can see, you'll find two features. One is the pattern configuration itself. And there's a rotate in 3D feature, which is a pro feature because it's quite resource intensive. And it's a quite elaborate feature that I spent a lot of time on maintaining and building out. So let's see. This is, we have a series of pattern types. Let's take the circle for now. And as you can see, the object that you selected will be put in a circle pattern. You can change the radius of that pattern. You can increase the count of the objects in the pattern. And you can change modes, and I'll show you a little bit what it does. For example, incremental mode will use your perspective configurations, your transform configurations, and increment the X and Y axis with your defined value for every new object. So if I update this, you see that over time, the object starts rotating more. For now, I'm just going to put it back to uniform. And I'm going to show you what this rotate in 3D is all about. But to show you properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little shadow effect. That for some reason isn't working. Well, that's something I'm going to have to check out in a second after the video. But as you can see here, what the rotate in 3D does, it takes your pattern and it actually calculates directly in 3D how the whole pattern would rotate around itself. As you can see, objects are getting smaller in the back, larger in the front, and you can actually increase or decrease the effects pattern. So that is the That's the pattern tab. Essentially, you can change it to other patterns, of course, like a grid. Change the amount, rows, columns, etc. Gonna just go back for a minute, because another feature that we have released only recently is called the Extrude. Because sometimes I like building things in 3D, and overall for complicated things I won't turn to Figma. I will just use Cinema 4D or Spline. But of course, sometimes you just want to create a cool isometric image with 3D effects, and having some basic 3D functions can really help build your shapes, let's say. So here I'm going to show you what it would look like if I try and turn our little ellipse and extrude it to the back. Can adjust the lighting here even. The ambience can be higher. And I can change the lighting source. And as you can see, there are some jumps in the light, because this has to do with the smoothness of the object. And you can change the smoothness all the way to high fidelity, but it might slow your Figma down a little bit, or actually move it to lower fidelity for that, cool kind of low polygon look. With or without caps, change that. And the cool part is, sometimes this is still a little bit buggy, but I'll be working on it, is that you can take these objects and put them in a pattern too, and it should still work quite well. Example, put them on a line, and I want to change the angle of the pattern so that they kind of really line up. Let's see, I think. See the updates, they keep happening, so that's something I still need to work on a little. Let's put it back to 65. I think we had it somewhere around 45, maybe. And there we go. And then can increase and decrease the spacing. It's getting a little bit heavy for the system now. The thing is with Figma, because it's web-based, the memory tends to run out quite quickly. But let's, for now, put it somewhere around 80. Get a little bit thicker. And leave it at that. Now, we've been playing with quite a bit of input controls, and some cases you want to be able to replicate what you've done, right? So what you can do is can actually save all the things that you did and save it as a preset. So let's say 3D line, something like that. It'll save it. This is saved directly in the file storage of your Figma file, of your account, actually your Figma account. And you can go to different files and apply your preset anywhere. But we don't take any of your data and store it on a remote server or anything. We're only using Figma storage for that. Now, let's see if we grab another. Gonna take the star. Now, complicated shapes don't always work great yet, but we're just gonna give it a try. First with the star, and it should even work with custom shapes, but that is a bit experimental still. Let's apply. Need to make sure sometimes it doesn't disconnect from the previous one properly yet. quite a bit of bugs. But, we're getting there. I gotta be honest about it. But 40,000 people are already using it. And if you have a lot of experience building plugins, please reach out. There we go. This is looking better already. Maybe we can try that custom shape now. And see what that does. Correct it. Go. Grab it. Right, it looks a bit odd. But that's probably because the smoothness doesn't properly, was quite low just now, so we would have to increase that. But yeah, well, this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is what perspective can help you do. And I hope it's helpful. Please let me know how you can use this, how you are using this. It works on advanced frames as well. Say you have some mock-up and the 3D stuff won't work on those. They will be disabled as well, should be at least. So you select a shade to extrude. But you can take all frames and put them in perspective. Attach. It needs to be on the frame itself. Right, and then if you're a bit handy, you can do things like this, which is pretty cool, and you can use our shadow effects, which isn't working for some reason now. So please let me know if that's on your side as well, or if I'm just breaking something on my end. I'll get this fixed ASAP, but essentially the 3D effects are very quick ways to apply shadow effects that also create kind of 3D dynamic effect. Let's see. Just play around a bit, and that's essentially what we like to do. Yeah. This way you can create a lot of cool effects together with the plugin. Maybe even take that one out as well. Add a little drop shadow. 3040. And there we go. Pretty cool. Alright guys, I won't take more of your time. I hope you're just as excited about perspective as I am. We got some bugs to solve. Please help me spot them. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks guys. Cheers.